Hey, what is up everybody? Blades for here, and today I have for you guys another video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going ahead and doing the whole overall overview for at least Wonder's talent tree. Now, Wonder's talent tree is fairly important. It's going to affect a lot of things when it does come down to at least your normal gameplay, whether that's a little bit of just trying to make sure at the end of the day your team's dealing a lot of damage, or trying to make sure at the end of the day Wonder himself is being the best supporter he can possibly be. So with this in mind, we're going to really break this down as much as possible. One, to go over how he gets these said points, how they're obtained, what you're going to end up doing for that. Two, to figure out which ones are the best for him to go for. And then three, I guess how you really want to invest into those point values. So every last one of these things are going to be something that you want to pay attention to. I will most likely have at least timestamps for these, so surely do let me know down below in the comment section if you want anything added. But for the most part, there should be timestamps, so if anything, everything should be pretty much there. But if you guys enjoy videos like these, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out quite a lot here. We've been absolutely grinding as much as possible, and to be honest, I'm going to continue going as far as possible for you guys because it's been a blast. I've been enjoying myself every day, at least playing this right now, and going over all the guides I pretty much can go over has been an absolute blast and a just wonderful time. So thank you guys for at least giving me this experience. But let's get straight into it. So when it comes down to Wonder's actual guides here, or Wonder's inspiration points, you're usually going to find this inside the character area, and it's this little button called stats. Now, Wonder's stats themselves are all things that you can put into him first by himself here. At this point in time, you don't have to like go all crazy for it. You're going to slowly unlock these as you go up levels, and there's going to be certain things that you really want to go ahead and invest in. These specific things that you want to go ahead and invest in will require at least some points here, which are gathered through different means. But the most part is the talent tree here. How exactly will this end up working? Well, as I did say, you're going to get these points. These points are going to be these ones up here, and then these major ones called skimming points, or I just call them the inspiration points or wonder points, I guess you can say it. These guys will all be used together in order to actually upgrade these said ones. Depending on the skill that you do have, they will actually take a certain amount of these points here, and at least depending on the rarity of it, if it's one of these big guys down here, they will take one of these. You're going to need both of them hand in hand majority of the time. So in order to do that, it's going to actually make your least Wonder a lot stronger. Now, don't worry, if there's ever a time where you feel like that you invested in the wrong stats, you can very well reset this and actually get your stats back and be able to replace them. It's not too expensive, but try not to at least replace too often because it can very well wear you down a little bit. Now that we went over this here, how do we gain these said points? Where do they come from really? Well, one of the main things that you're going to gain them from is from the compendium from making personas. Personas, as I did say, are a huge part of this game here, and it's one of the major parts that I feel like a lot of you guys really should pay attention to, seeing that it does make a huge difference. Now, once again, you're going to be farming these all the time. By farming and actually creating these different personas, they will give you a certain amount of inspiration points that you can then use on Wonder. Usually, if you can create a bunch of new personas, you'll see a feather down here that is actually lifting up the page, and you want to go ahead and click that said feather. That said feather will give you the amount of points that you ended up gaining from creating personas, and that will go into this area here. Once you have them in this area, depending on what you're trying to upgrade, which I guess we can do this for experimental purposes. Depending on what you're trying to upgrade here, you will see, of course, unlockable. In order to unlock the ones below it here, you have to unlock the top one, so it goes down afterwards here. So it doesn't go side to side or anything. It literally starts from 1, and then you have to work your way down. You can obviously just go ahead and boost to 1 up. That's perfectly fine to do, though at the end of the day, you will want to go ahead and try to not hardcore focus 1 down unless it's really a stat that Wonder truly needs. Now, his more important ones are these enhanced skills down here, which is enhanced persona, enhanced learned skills, and then enhanced thief tactics. Each one of these things are going to be very important. You are going to get them done at least at the very beginning, or at least get them done in the long run, but you still want to be very careful on what you invest them into. At the end of the day, you do have to keep in mind, you can only do so much. And if you invest at least your points wrongly, it can bite you in the butt, because then it makes Wonder a little bit worse for his teammates. So what exactly are the best things that you can go ahead and utilize for Wonder? Where do they come in handy? Is it really that much so of a problem if I just decided to really all in all invest into whatever I want? It's not a huge problem. If anything, you can invest into what you would like to invest into, though there are things that are better for Wonder to invest into rather than just, you know, willy-nilly placing things. Don't get it twisted. You can very well do what you want, but you do want to try and pay attention as much as possible when it does come down to Wonder himself. Wonder himself can be a little bit picky. So let's say I wanted to just build a straight up DPS, you could invest into that, but it wouldn't be the best for your at least team. You're only giving yourself so much attack stats, so it's not really going to help you out in the long run. So what are you supposed to do? What's really going to help you out? What's really going to be that main thing that you want to go ahead and focus on? Well, some of these main things that you want to go ahead and focus on is the basic stats. The basic stats are going to help out your whole team, because you are going to be taking a little bit of, I guess you could say, a percentage from Wonder himself to the rest of your team. At the end of the day, Wonder is a supporter, so you are at least at some points in times going to offer up some of your stats in order to make your other character stats a little bit better. The only issue with doing this is it does require a decent bit, so you don't want to be too, you know, standoffish on this. You want to try and at least invest them correctly. So first things first that I would at least advise you guys to do, especially when it comes down to building him, one, you got to at least get up the basic stats. These basic stats here are going to be the first ones, as well as the ones along the top. These are literally going to be the main ones that you want to go ahead and prioritize first, seeing they're going to really have a ton of effect on mainly your skills like type scaling and actual stat increases. So make sure to get up your percentages first. You can do these in any order, but make sure these are the ones that you want to focus on first. They're going to take a lot of at least your inspiration points, so you will need to, of course, focus those down. Now, the next things that you want to go ahead and try and focus on are more of your other basic stats, which are more likely going to be crit rate and crit damage. These both are going to be very, very important, especially for different at least DPS units in your party. Seeing that you can get at least these stats up here, you'll be able to then transfer them to the other characters at that point in time. Once you get them all transferred to the other characters, of course, it's going to be very, very nice for a lot of you guys to actually go ahead and take advantage over, and it's going to make a lot of things very much so useful. These useful skills can be really useful for anything, like even if you want Wonder himself to be a DPS, he's able to then use like personas such as like Yoshitsune, and that can be very helpful in the long run. For the most part though, he is using it as a supporter, so critical damage and crit rate are going to go morely to your support characters or go morely to your team. Just surely keep that in mind. And then lastly, there are a few other ones that you can have as optional, which are mainly going to be these other four. What I would at least advise you guys to do, especially when it does come down to these, is try to avoid these two. They're really just not needed. Seeing Wonder does not heal. So at the end of the day, your main priority is your basics. These are going to be helpful. Second priority is then going to be the crit rate and crit damage. Third priority is going to be your HP recovery up and your element accuracy up, because these are going to be very, very helpful for like your healers and your debuffers. Really want to get those up as well. And then try to avoid these. Even on my main account, I still avoid these to this day. They do have some helpfulness, but they're pretty much worthless at times, because Wonder himself is not going to be healing. He's not going to be doing anything of that nature. So I feel like for a lot of people, it's not going to be too needed, or at least he'll be doing some small healing, but he won't be doing much shielding. There's not really a need for it. I mean, those are probably the most like useless ones that you can possibly get. So these two you don't really want to focus on. As for these down here, these I kind of save for the last part, mainly because you're going to want to get all of these skills up the most. But if you want to go ahead and prioritize which ones to get first here, try to prioritize skill 3 and then skill 2 at the same time, mainly because these are for your personas and your actual skillings. By going ahead and getting these up whenever you're utilizing your personas, it will increase their levels of their basic active skills. And then for this one here, it will increase their levels of their learned active skills. Doing this is really going to help you out with those type of elite persona skills here. So be sure to focus these two down before you even think about at least going for this one. Only reason I invested into it is because I can't go any further with these until I hit level 40. So for the most part, if you have all of them equal and you're able to upgrade any of them, go for these two first. Don't ever go for this one. It's just not worth it. But that is how I end up building my man Wonder here. It's really good to at least know how to get this guy done. So hopefully you guys found this actually very important and useful. And without further ado, you guys, we're going to go ahead and close it on out there. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.